How you doing, folks? Quick little video blog post from lovely Barcelona today. A little bit of free time, so I decided I wanted to talk about something that's important to me at the moment because I'm here in Barcelona and I'm technically supposed to be learning a new language, which is Catalan. Although that's not going as quickly as I expected, considering obviously I can get by perfectly well with good old Castellano over here. But anyway, what I wanted to talk about specifically was an aspect of language learning that a lot of people tend to ignore, and even people who've learned a language exceptionally well can ignore as well. And what I want to speak about is accent in language learning. Now, people tend to ignore this, and it tends to be quite overlooked as well in a lot of language teaching protocols too, especially in schools. But learning to improve your accent or improving your accent, it can improve your understandability in that language exceptionally and almost instantaneously. And the reason I say this is because I've travelled quite a bit. I've met a lot of people who speak other languages and who speak other languages exceptionally well. They've got fantastic grammar, excellent vocabulary. But of those people, I've met some of them who have managed to hold on to their native accent. So, for example, one time I was in Cali, in Colombia, and I met an English guy, spoke fantastic Spanish, but he spoke it with pretty much a Cockney accent. So it was just, hola, ¿cómo estás? Yo me llamo Brian. Tiempo sin verte, amigo. He spoke fine, but it was hilarious listening to him. And I've been in Japan, and I've met guys who've spoken Japanese with a Texan accent. So it's like o genki desu ka? Watashi wa America jin desu. So, the thing with learning an accent is that, one, it immediately makes your second language a hell of a lot more understandable. But two, it also makes allows people to accept you more as a speaker of that language. Because if you hear a strong foreign accent, even if I hear it in English, if I hear a strong foreign accent, my brain thinks, this person doesn't speak the language well. They might be speaking perfectly, as regards to syntax and grammar and things like that. But if they're not speaking with a good accent, my brain, and it's my brain's fault, okay, it's not me, obviously, thinks, hey, they don't speak well. So what can you do? Okay, well, the first thing to do is to eliminate your own accent. Now, I obviously speak with an Irish accent, but when I speak to foreigners in English, I have a tendency to neutralize my accent. Now, I can do that because I worked as an English teacher for years, so I neutralize my Irish accent as much as I possibly can. You can do that in other languages as well, okay, by focusing on what makes your accent distinct. So if you have an American accent, or if you have an English or an Australian accent, or whatever accent you have, focus on the parts that make that accent distinct and try to actively eliminate those. Okay, so I do that in English when I speak. I'm doing it to a certain extent now because I realize there's going to be a lot of people who aren't used to Irish accents listening to this or watching this video. So I'm going to give you an example of that. So, for example, if I was speaking in Spanish, okay, and I decided to maintain my Irish accent while I'm speaking in Spanish, I might say, me llamo Richie, estoy aquí en Barcelona para hacer un Masters en Nutrición y Metabolismo. Okay, I just said, my name's Richie, I'm here in Barcelona to do a Masters in Nutrition and Metabolism. Okay, I said it in a fantastic Irish accent. It sounded ridiculous, to be honest. Okay, if I wanted to improve my understandability, all I'd do is I'd eliminate the Irish accent and try and imitate a Spanish accent. It doesn't need to be perfect, but it would come out a little bit like this. Hola, me llamo Richie, estoy aquí en Barcelona para hacer un máster en nutrición y metabolismo. Okay, I just focus a little bit more on what I'm trying to say. Okay, the same thing goes for something like Japanese. I could butcher Japanese by saying it in an Irish accent. Richie des, Barcelona de Eiyo Taishigaku no Daigaku in ni iku tsumori desu. Okay, sounds absolutely ridiculous. Kind of hurt me a little bit to say it like that. But if I wanted to improve my understandability to a Japanese speaker, I would say Richie desu, Barcelona de Eiyo Taishigaku no Daigaku in ni iku tsumori desu. Okay, again, it's not perfect. I don't claim to have a perfect Japanese accent. I don't claim to have a perfect Spanish accent. But trying to imitate the accent and trying to eliminate your own accent is much better than speaking a second language with the accent of your native language. Okay, we all know people from other countries, be it Germans or French, who have held on to their accent considerably, and we know how interesting it can sound. Okay, if you want to sound interesting, go for it. But I'm just saying that if you do actively try to eliminate your own accent, it will make you vastly more understandable in your second language. Okay, so give it a try. Focus on eliminating your own accent, and it will make a big difference. Okay, so best of luck with your language studies. I'm going to go off and have a little bit of a tour around Barcelona now. Take care. Bye bye.